Steve Jobs was hands down one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time. His entrepreneurial spirit, evolutionary vision, and unmatched work ethic has propelled Apple to be the most admired company in the world for the past 3 years. The admiration and fascination with Apple Incorporated has been generated by its large capacity to employ booming global sales and sleek line of products, including an operating system that optimizes media production and efficiency of use. As the founder and chief visionary and spokesman for Apple, Jobs has received as much, if not more, international acclaim and admiration. He fought through pancreatic cancer for years to bring Apple to the largest publicly traded company in the world, and to advance technology far beyond its years, putting it in the hands of those that might not have otherwise been able to enjoy its value. Jobs was given up for adoption in 1955. Smart but directionless, he had different ideas and things before starting Apple computers. As a boy, Jobs and his father would work on electronics in their garage. His teachers would bribe him to study in the 4th grade, and he tested so well they wanted to move him ahead to high school, but his parents declined that offer. After he did go to high school, he hung out with computer club guru Steve Wozniak. After high school, he enrolled in Reed College, where then he dropped out after 6 months. He spent the next 18 months in creative classes. He later was a video gaming designer, where he quit and went to India for spiritual enlightenment. There he experimented with psychedelic drugs. In 1956, just 21 years old, he and Wozniak started Apple Computers in his very own garage. Jobs sold his Volkswagen bus, and Wozniak sold his beloved scientific calculator. Jobs and Wozniak were credited with revolutionizing the computer industry by democratizing in the technology and making the machine smaller, cheaper, and intuitive, and accessible for everyday consumers. Jobs looked into Pepsi-Cola marketing expert John Sculley to fill the role of the president of Apple. They made 2 Apple computers, providing them with a lot of money. However, the next couple of products from Apple suffered design flaws, resulting in recalls and consumer disappointments. IBM suddenly surpassed Apple sales, and Apple had to compete with IBM and PC-dominated business world. In 1984, Apple released the Macintosh, marketing the computer as a piece of counterculture lifestyle, romantic, youthful, and creative, despite all of its positives, but it still was not IBM compatible. In 1985, he resigned as Apple's CEO to begin the Next Inc. hardware and software company. Following years, he purchased an animation company from George Lucas, which later became Pixar Animation Studios. Jobs believed in the company. He put $50 million of his own money into it. Later, he netted $4 billion. Pixar produced popular films such as Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. The studio merged with Walt Disney in 2006, making Steve Jobs its largest shareholder. Despite Pixar's success, Next Inc. floundered in its attempt to sell its specializing operating system to America. Apple eventually bought the company in 1977 for $429 million. In 1997, Steve Jobs also returned to Apple's CEO position. Just as Jobs was credited with Apple's success in the 1970s, he was also the one to revitalize Apple in the 1990s. His ingenious iMac, stylish ads, effective campaigns, and stylish designs brought consumers' attention. Apple produced revolutionary products such as the MacBook Air, iPod, iPad, and iPhone, all of which have dictated the evolution of modern technology. Right after Apple released a new product, other companies scrambled to make comparable technology. In 2008, iTunes became the second largest music retailer next to Walmart. Half of Apple's current revenue comes from iTunes and iPods. 200 million iPods were sold, and 6 billion songs were were downloaded on iTunes. Steve Jobs' courage, vision, and perseverance make him not only an American business icon, but a global icon that has made technology and the Wide Web accessible to so many. His legacy will live on through Apple and its wide spectrum of products and software, and even more so through the people whose lives have been changed by its exemplary entrepreneurial spirit and utterly fearless vision.